Welcome back. And this morning, as you can hopefully see on there, we're at a place called Lynford in Norfolk, and there's plenty of forest about here. Nice big hall, the military training ground in the corner there, which we can't go on, and a lake up here as well. So I've not actually been here before myself, so we're going to have a look. And it's a beautiful sunny day. We just left the car in the car park. The birds are singing, the sun is shining. Very nice. So this at the moment I think is a circular walk, so we're going to have a look and see what we can see. Don't know if you can read these, but let's just talking a little bit about the history of the quarry. And mammoths used to be here 2000 BC, and yeah, it's basically telling you about the bird life and fish and snakes, grass snakes, things like that in the area. There's quite a lot of people about, so I've got to be careful what I film. But certainly a nice day for it. It's about 10 o'clock at the moment, and yeah, I'm surprised there must have been about 20 cars in the car park. Very busy, but it is a bank holiday weekend and a nice day, so. And this is the lake. It used to be an old quarry, according to the boards that I've been reading. You can see a few ducks in the middle there, but it's very, very tranquil. There's some birds out in the middle. I can't see what they are. I might get my binoculars out and have a look. But there's a bird hide here. And lots of pretty woodland. It's even got its own little beach. I'm going to try and see if I can walk around the lake. I can't see a path on the maps. I'm going to have a look and see if I can get around. There is a circular walk, which is about 4 miles. But you couldn't ask for a better day than this. I think this is a day when I think I should have brought some sun cream. Now, for once, I actually do know what this field of yellowness is, and it's gorse. And if you do like gorse, then this is definitely the place for you. We're very close to the edge of the training ground now. I'm still seeing if I can get round the lake, but all you can hear apart from me is just the bird song and the breeze. The lake's just behind those bushes. And not another soul in sight. Pretty much paradise. Not a cloud in the sky. Lovely and warm already. Yeah. I might try and have a quick look at Lynford Hall on the way back. I'm not sure. I haven't actually planned a route today. I'm just winging it. So I thought I'd have a look at this Lynford Lake and just generally have a walk around. There's no set routes apart from the 4-mile circular walk, which I might do. I'm not far from it. And then kind of make my own, really. Just to do a 2 or 3 hour walk. So it's just like exploring, really. Just checking it out. Never been here before. Lived nearby all my life and never ever been here. Pretty guilty to say that. All these beautiful places in Norfolk, and I've never actually took the time to have a look at them. So I'm kind of making up for it now. But at the moment this is absolutely idyllic. Just heard a cuckoo. I don't think we pick it up on this camera's microphone. It's not very good. And that's definitely the first cuckoo for me of the year. Looks like we can get through around the lake. There's an official sign up for it, and back to where we come from. The arboretum, and there is the infamous standard training ground. Right in the middle of Norfolk. Somewhere I've read it's 17,000 acres, and other places I've read it's closer to 30,000 acres, and all the villages and farms and all that land that was just taken by the military for the Second World War, never to be given back to the rightful owners. I can hear a lovely waterfall. And this looks quite an interesting place on a hot sunny day. It's quite deep, fast flowing. And it's part of the military training ground anyway. So, and this one is yeah. Not sure if I'll be going in today, but we'll have a look. Yeah, it's fast. Pretty nice. Another river, and this one is more calm and relaxed. The water is crystal clear. You can see absolutely everything in it. Can't see any fish. And this side as well. Very calm. Yeah, so we're right on the edge of the training ground there. over there we can actually see a fishing, there's another lake and there's a fishing point over there, so obviously people have permission to go in there, even though it's a military ground. A lot of the training area is still farmland, certainly on the perimeter. That's why you never see anything really from the roadside. It's all deeper into the territory. Like I said, I've read it's between 17 and 30,000 acres. So probably 30,000 is probably more accurate. And they do coach tours at certain points to let people in and have a look around. And look at these Scots. Beautiful. The tree of the Breclan, the Scots pine. You see these everywhere, but they are the tree of the Brecks. So yeah, you are allowed in now and again on a coach journey, trips, now and again, just to have a look around like a guided tour. And of course primarily it's been used, certainly in recent years, just for training for soldiers who have served in Afghanistan and Iraq. And a few years ago they spent about £14 million on setting up a mock like Middle Eastern village like Afghan or Iraq, to train the troops for what it's like yeah, to fight over there. So that's primarily what it's used for. So you often hear gunfire and planes flying over and parachutes, people being deployed and so on. So it's still a relevant training ground, but I believe it was used in the Second World War for training for D-Day, I believe. It's commandeered, and I guess for the war effort you do what you will, but the residents were promised that they would be able to go back home after the war, and of course that never happened. So but nevertheless it's still part of the middle of Norfolk's history. Beautiful swan. I'm still walking around the far side of the lake, but this is actually private land, so I shouldn't really be on here. But from what I can see, I mean, there's benches dotted all the way along. This verge has been cut. There's a sign there saying private fishing, so it would appear that this is an area for people to fish privately, but it's absolutely beautiful. I haven't seen anyone yet, and I'm toward the end of this is the river, the lake is over there, Lynford water. Another swan up in the distance, it's beautiful. And those, I believe they were Egyptian geese I saw earlier, with the baby geese. But whoever owns this, it's sad that it's private and they won't let people, public, enjoy it. I mean, it's on a day like this, it's unbelievable. The swan was on the bank and saw me before I saw it and slid into the water. can hear a little bit of road noise, but still pretty perfect. And we're heading towards Ickborough now. There's the swan. Hello. Hello, Mr. Swan. Beautiful, ain't you? Lovely. Beautiful creatures. He looks like he's on his own as well. Right, little mate. Onwards and upwards. Please forgive me if I'm wrong. These are either Egyptian geese or Canadian geese with the black necks. I should know this. And there's four little babies. Beautiful little things. 5, 3, 4, 5, 6 little young'uns. I believe they're Egyptian. I looked this up the other week as well. My memory's terrible, I am. Sorry, but beautiful. There is so much wildlife along here. It's beautiful. I think we're getting close to the edge of this reserve or this private area. Because the traffic noise is more significant now, and this is just a slice of heaven here. Whoever owns this is so lucky. I mean, you could just spend hours and hours here listening to the birds and looking at the wildlife and the ducks and the geese and the swans. Yeah, very, very nice. So anyway, I don't really worry about where I go. I'm not causing any trouble. If I get stopped, then I would say, oh, sorry, I'm not doing any damage. It's sacrilege to make these areas private. We're now on the main road. The roundabout up there towards Thetford, Brandon down the market, and that way is towards Swaffham, etc. We're coming this way. It says a mile to Lynford Hall. Hopefully we'll have a look at that, and then the arboretum. That last section, I didn't film it. It didn't end too well. As I was being clever as always, I got to the end of the part where the fishing, where the verge had all been cut, and it's just a dead end right up against the road, but you got that huge river, so I had to jump across a boggy, rivery part of the woodland, and all overgrown and everything. So top tip, where it says private, keep out. Yeah, probably best to keep out. So we're back on a public footpath now. Again, this is a path I've been by hundreds of times in my life, and yeah, I've spotted it before and thought, I wonder where it goes. So I guess it's that time now where we find out. Even though we know where it goes, it's just nice to feel how it feels to go down it. So there's a field full of caged birds, ducks I believe. Poor things. It's pretty warm now. But yeah, it's alright being clever walking on private property and land, but you do have a certain unease about it when you're doing it, because at any time you could get told off. So anyway, we've done it now. So, but yeah, all the years I've been motorcycling and cycling, which I still do, because when you're on a vehicle like a motorbike or in a car, you see these places but you never really appreciate them. You're travelling so fast, you can't really take it in and enjoy it. The only way to do that is on foot. Even cycling, when I'm out cycling, sort of, I don't know, 15 miles an hour average or whatever, maybe a little bit more, you still don't take it in like you do when you're walking. You can really hear everything and smell the surroundings, and it's pretty nice. Must be an age thing, but I'm really enjoying it now. It's worth recording this. A warm, sunny day in England, not a cloud in the sky. Those days are few and far between, so it's worth recording for prosperity. Just listening to the sound of nothing. The bird song and the breeze. These sheep clearly can't read and are very rebellious. As you can see, the general theme around here is keep out or you will be shot or prosecuted, or whichever one comes sooner. We're now in the arboretum of Lynford. There's quite a lot of people around, and I've just taken a path which apparently is a dog agility course. There's lots of little bridges and tunnels and things for dogs to do, although I haven't seen any. It must be their day off. So all we're doing now is we're just following basic tracks around Lynford estate, or the Thetford Forest, or whatever it is. There's plenty of people, so it's kind of difficult to film when lots of people are around, so I sort of try to find little paths like this that aren't occupied with other walkers. So but we are, yeah, basically on the Lynford estate really, and there's a hotel which is open obviously to the public, and you can go there and have a carvery or a meal, and I think you can get married there and all the rest. Lynford Hall has got quite a bit of history. Lovely old building. Hopefully we'll have a look at it before we head out. Just stopped off for a drink and something to eat. Just have a 10-minute break. It's getting quite warm now, and I found this beautiful sheltered little piece of the woodland just off the circular walk. We're kind of not far from the car park really, probably a mile or two, and there's only a couple of trails from what I can see. One is to Lynford Hall and the other one's to the Arboretum, which is basically where the car is. So yeah, and behind me really is the training area again. So It's still worth checking out just for the water. Nice little piece of hidden treasure in Norfolk. But it's lovely and cool in this, under the canopy of these trees. It's around midday, and I would imagine it's around 20. Certainly feels around that. Very nice nonetheless. Right, we'll carry on until we see something else. Well, just to say, before I forget, I don't really say in my videos, but just want to say thanks to the people who subscribe to my channel, and the people who give the thumbs up and leave a comment. Thank you, much appreciated. You know, I kind of do these videos for a bit of fun really, just for my own benefit, but if other people like them and you leave a nice comment and a thumbs up and subscribe, then thanks, appreciate it. And if anyone ever, you know, you get enjoyment out of them for whatever reason, then brilliant. It's just sharing it really. It's just kind of the way it is now, isn't it, on YouTube. So thanks for watching. Appreciate the subscriptions. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Appreciate that. And yeah, thanks. And that is Lynford Hall. I'm ashamed you can't see it that well. I can't zoom in on this action cam, but hopefully you'll see enough of it. Very beautiful hall. Like I say, it's a hotel now. I think it used to be a hospital during the Second World War. It had a big fire as well. At the top of the building you can still see the window frames where there was another level to it and there was a fire. But before that it was owned by obviously the aristocracy. I believe that at one time the royal family could have purchased it. It was certainly on their radar as opposed to Sandringham. I don't know the significance of this memorial statue. This is just, some of the trees here are pretty amazing. It's kind of the view that the royal, or the aristocrats that lived here would have as they come out of their hall in the morning, which is here. That's another view of the hall over there, and this looks like a cow or a bull being eaten by something. I don't know really. There's some writing on it, but it's in Latin. Maybe there's some significance, but anyway, certainly picturesque. One thing I'd like to mention on the hall is that the BBC comedy Hello Hello was actually, some of it was filmed in the courtyard over there. When you see the set when they had the Rene's Cafe, the outside shots of people outside the cafe was actually filmed over there. And I used to deliver some furniture and stuff like that when they were filming, and actually saw some of the filming not actually happening, but in the progress of happening. And that's yeah, well, the outdoor shots of the cafe were filmed there back in the 80s, for those of you who remember Hello Hello. Oh, Rene. So yeah, it's a lovely hotel. I just realised there's mole traps around here. Probably why they got the bamboo cane sticking out. Yeah, it was a comedy in the 80s. But yeah, you couldn't ask for a better day than today. It really is lovely. So we're now heading out onto the road, turn right and the arboretum will be there, and we might have a look at that. That'll probably do me for today. It hasn't been a really long walk, but it's been pretty pleasant nonetheless. I don't have all the information on the hotel and the hall that I should have, like some people do on YouTube, but I'm sure you're all capable of going on Google. If you're interested, and you can certainly find out on Wikipedia everything you want to know about this lovely old hall. So I don't really have all the facts to give you, but it's not hard to find out if you want to. But it certainly is a nice part of the world if you ever did want to visit. But I believe this hall was one of the first halls that had like electric lighting or gas, something like that. You know, it was quite ahead of its time, as it always is. And a hall of this nature built here must have cost a fortune, as they do. And like I said, I think I read somewhere that the royal family were thinking about buying this instead of Sandringham. So it proves how nice it is. Sandringham, I think, is substantially bigger. Sea of bluebells. Hope you can read this if you want to just find out the history of this arboretum. And then there's also hope you can read it. There's also some information there on the hall. And there we go, so you can know all about it. Japanese cherry tree. And my knowledge is fantastic on trees. It does help when they have a plaque on them, identifying them. Well, we're nearly back to the car, and I think we've seen pretty much everything there is to see. Lynford Hall, the water, lakes and the arboretum. It's been a fantastic day. You couldn't get much better than this, so I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and if you did like it, please leave a thumbs up and a comment. Any questions I'll try and answer if I can. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks very much for watching. Until the next time. See you later.